What would you say your favorite part of the gym has been?
You.
Me? Thank you. Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
you. Yeah, it's totally you.
And my osteopenia is getting very borderline osteoporosis. And that right there was a greater scare for me than coming into a gym. Definitely. When
So
I
the
saw
doc-
the whole gym and all the different stations and all the different classes and all the different things you could do, I didn't know where to begin. And it was very overwhelming.
So, Barbara, let's just start with how your crunch fitness journey started.
And how I got here?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
like, how long were you thinking about going to the gym? What was the impetus to start you to come to the gym? How long did you wait?
Well, where it started was probably a couple years ago. My doctor was telling me that I needed to get to the gym because I was starting to have some bone loss. And I'm a cancer survivor, 16 years. They told me that I would struggle with that as I got older. And so my doctor was on me consistently. You need to get in and kind of do some weight bearing, load exercises. I need to start strengthening myself. I had a pretty good size fall on my hip, so that's been a problem for a couple years now. And so I just really didn't think the gym was the place for me. But then about a year ago, well, I've been here, about 6 or 7 months now.
Mhm.
So she got on me again and just said, you need to get in there. And so she did another scan for me. And my osteopenia is getting very borderline osteoporosis. And that right there was a greater scare for me than coming into a gym.
So the doctor showed you that your bone
Yeah.
density is degrading
Yes.
and it's not getting better.
Significantly correct.
And the best way to counteract that or fight against that is to lift some weight.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was your main reason to get here.
It was. And just that my strength and my balance is getting off, being that I've already had a fall, I can't risk that.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
And you're also concerned about just health later on, like what could happen in the future
Oh,
if I don't
absolutely.
change myself now, right?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. That's why I'm here.
So let's talk about obstacles for you to get to the gym. So you knew for a while that you had to come to the gym, but what would you say your biggest obstacle was coming to the gym?
Well, for me, I've told you before, I was a bodybuilder in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was used to the big weights and the reps and being in the gym 5 and 6 days a week. And so I was intimidated by that idea of what my mindset of what a gym life was like. And I'm also a mom of 4 kids. And so I have a lot going on. And I thought there's just no way I can make that habit that I had done so many years ago. And just the fear of coming back in, I'm a lot older.
Yeah.
And everything is so much newer around here. And there's so much here to do that what I did almost 30, 40 years ago is not the same thing. And so I was very intimidated of all the people, and everybody knows their routines, and everybody's working out, and everybody looks great. And here comes this little old lady with a bone issue and injuries galore. And it was just very intimidating. And I just didn't know if I was ready for that.
So basically what you're saying is you had a preconceived notion that, hey, the gym is full of meatheads and bodybuilders and big men trying to build big muscles.
Well,
Right.
definitely the whole big muscle thing
Mhm.
and what it used to be for me.
Right.
And so I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I don't know a lot of older people like me in the gym. I mean, I know occasionally they're in, but I think we do more not physical fitness, but physical therapy.
Yes.
So we kind of do a little bit of that our doctors will send us to, but to actually come into a gym and start having a routine for life so that I can go through life and be healthier was new to me.
Would you say that you knew you had to come to the gym, but you didn't know where to start?
Yes, 100%.
So did you ever walk into the gym and you felt like everybody knew what they was doing, but you didn't, and that felt a little intimidating as well?
Well, I got through the door. I mean, I kind of said that like my doctor, but it was my daughter who she's in her early 20s, and she just said she knew. She knows my health journey. She knows my cancer background. She knows all my injuries. She wanted to kind of do a little bit of working out too. So she's the one that was like, Mom, we're going in. I'm taking you in. You're coming in. So I came in originally with her. And definitely when I saw the whole gym and all the different stations and all the different classes and all the different things you could do. I didn't know where to begin, and it was very overwhelming.
But you would say it was your daughter, your family,
Mhm.
that helped push you over the threshold to get in the door.
She did. She
Yes.
got me through that door,
Right.
and I needed that.
And you feel, I feel like a lot of other people need that encouragement.
Mhm.
They need just a little bit of reinforcement to tell them, to let them realize that they can do this.
Right.
They can come to the gym. And, just based on some of the folks that you've brought me, some of the
Mhm.
things I've heard is, I don't want to look dumb
Mhm.
or lost in the gym.
Right.
Or one of the clients, she comes in and she says, well, I look at this machine and I don't even know what to adjust, where to put
Mhm.
it, what weights to select. And then it seems like everybody else in here knows what I'm doing, but I don't, and I don't want to
Mhm.
look like a dummy,
Right.
right?
Right.
So there's a lot of those obstructions to coming in here, the resistance to coming
Mhm.
in. But what would you say was the aha moment for you once you got to the gym?
The aha moment here,
Yes.
it was when I spoke to the person that was signing me up. I told them, look, I've got this injury, this injury, this injury, this injury. I have osteopenia. I don't want osteo. So I was telling them kind of all my stuff. And then they said, we have the perfect person you can work with. That's what he does. And so I thought, okay, I'll sign up with this Michael person. And so that's what I did.
I'm glad you did.
Mhm.
I've worked with people who've, had back issues. Osteopenia, like you mentioned, is one of the most common things I hear, especially in women. Uh, you know, postmenopausal, perimenopausal women. They're worried about their bone density loss.
Mhm.
They're also worried about their muscle loss.
Yes.
They're What's actually interesting is before they come see me, they don't even know that they need to work on their balance.
Right.
So balance is really a big issue. Were you surprised when we did the first balance exercise and
Oh,
it
absolutely.
wasn't as easy as you thought it should be?
No, because you don't really realize how old you are. But when you had me do some of those balance exercises, I was just like, I could not believe how bad my balance was.
So before we start to the weightlifting
Mhm.
part, we make sure that we're safe
Mhm.
and ready to lift,
Right.
right? So a lot of the things that we do, first thing we do when I meet with a new member is we sit down and we talk. We talk about your history, if you have any diseases, former injuries, any aches and pains that you're dealing with, any chronic issues like osteopenia, things of that sort. We talk about what your goals are. Everybody has different goals, different reasons why they want to come to the gym, why they want to feel better, get a healthier body. And then we go through an assessment. Before we do anything that could injure you, we make sure you can do it first.
Right.
And with the assessment, almost everybody has some sort of posture imbalance, hip imbalance, shoulder problems,
Mhm.
neck problems. It's knees. It's pretty common that everybody that comes to the door has the same problems.
Right.
So we figure out where you are and where you need to go.
Mhm.
And then we start lifting weights slowly. We're throwing in balance exercises. We're working on grip strength. We're working on step up, step downs. Another point I wanted to talk about is quality of life. We touched on that a little bit.
Mhm.
And one of the objections or one of the resistances that I've seen before with clients is the cost.
Mhm.
And yes, hiring a coach, getting a gym membership is an investment. But think about what it would cost if you didn't come to the gym,
Right.
right? So if you put the cost to quality of life and potential extension of your life
Mhm.
and living a better life longer and being there for your family, it's really valuable,
Oh, it's very valuable.
very
Yes.
valuable.
Mhm. Yeah, just make that step into the gym. Just open that door and look for Michael.
Right. Well, Barbara, thank you. It's been a pleasure talking with you today. And